I know you fucking lying.
Yo.
That ain't true.
Yo, what's poppin', man? Welcome back to the channel, man. We about to get into this story about this Instagram lies that end up turning into a murder about a teen girl used a boyfriend to kill a man for free. It's a whole twisted story. I don't know the entire story, man. I'm just going off the title. But with that being said, be sure to leave a like, comment, turn on post notifications, stay updated with the latest release by subscribing. With that being said, man, let's get into this story because honestly, I've been saying that, bro. Social media is dangerous, bro. You gotta know how to keep social media and your personal life separate because things like this, like I don't know the whole story, but things like this tend to happen because social media. You feel me? Like it's crazy.
Jarrell Pryor's parents tell me they don't know why their son would have been out here at the corner of 49th and Primrose early Saturday morning. That's 2-year-old Honey crawling all over her grandpa Travis Wiley. And this is the last picture Jarrell Pryor and Honey ever took together before Pryor was found fatally wounded in a neighborhood north of the Indiana State Fairgrounds at 1:30 Saturday morning.
Why is he over here?
That one's a mystery. I have no idea. That's one of those, I don't know if he picked somebody up, take him home. We just know that part we don't know. Whoever this person is, you live in that area.
When neighbors reported they heard multiple gunshots and police found shell casings in Pryor's car.
The details they gave us was basically there was somebody else in the car with him, right? And we can only assume that an argument ensued, and then they took that drastic action to take his life. And he tried to get out of the car, and that's where they found him.
He's real funny about who he let in his car. So he's very particular about who can ride in his car.
Today, an IMPD officer was hanging out in the neighborhood in case anyone wanted to talk about the killing, as evidence of the futile struggle to save Pryor's life remained on the street. Pryor graduated from Lawrence Central, was working steady, taking care of his daughter, and did not have a criminal record.
Whoever did this, they took my heart. It was my baby.
There are Ring doorbell cameras on some of the houses out here at 49th and Primrose, and maybe detectives can cobble together a case based on the video evidence they find out here and whatever they discover in Jarrell's cell phone to solve this murder. With Indy Unsolved, I'm Russ McQuaid.
If I ask each and every last one of
Yeah,
us
get your
about
ass
social
on
media,
there, bro.
we probably have our own experience and explain why. But it really boils down to two outcomes. Social media can become a very dangerous place or tool to use, or it can become a very useful one. And let's be honest here.
That's true.
Online dating has become the modern way to find love, connection, and companionship. On top of that, it's a tool to promote, sell, advertise, and even enjoy entertainment. But beneath the surface, there's a darker side that many don't see. Scamming, racial profiling, the ease of creating fake profiles, the danger of deception, and the risk of being even set up. These are real threats in the digital world. And all I ask at the conclusion of this video, fam, is in 2025, can you truly block an online presence? Nonetheless, today we dive into the hidden dangers of online dating and how simple it is for someone to manipulate, deceive, and even set others up. Let's just say, today, we try our best to uncover the truth behind the screens. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no aim, I just give you the story. Broader phenomenon of online deception. The show was created by Nair, who was himself a victim of an online scam. And I bring all this up because this experience was in 2010, and we're now in 2025, and I want to give you a backstory on Nair's experience via Facebook. In 2010, Nair received a Facebook friend request from a woman claiming to be named Angela. Over months of communication, they developed a close online relationship. However, when Nair traveled to meet her in person, he discovered that she was not who she claimed to be. She was using a false identity.
Hell no. Hell no. Yeah. See, that's the type of shit that goes on social media that you got to be aware of when your kids be making Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok and Flip and all these new apps that's coming out that they can download at the tip of their hand. You feel me? Technology is taking over. It's been taking over. That's been the whole ordeal since the last 30 years, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Really 60 if we want to be technical, but really forever. Anyways, I'm just rambling. The point is, yeah, social media dangerous, bro.
This was before AI. And can you imagine how far a scammer would go with AI? But
Huh.
like many others, this experience had deeply impacted Nev and made him realize the prevalent and sophisticated online deception can be.
All right, Jack. It's time to see if the woman you've been talking to online is actually the woman you've been talking to.
I'm kind of nervous, man. You know, it's been 3.5 years. You know, I got my good cologne on, my Gucci guilty. You smell that?
It smells good, man.
How the fit look? It's good?
You're looking great.
You sure?
Yes. Let's go make sure this is the woman you've been talking to.
My heart about to sink.
That's how it be.
I'm feeling it, man. I'm
Yikes.
gonna wrap my arms around it right now.
This moment could change the rest of your life.
I know. Just go get her, please.
I got you.
Let's see.
Nigga be on top of a mountain, boy.
Come on, baby.
Stephanie? Stephanie, can you come outside, please?
I know you fucking lying.
Yo.
That ain't true.
What's up, man? What's up?
It's me, babe.
No, it ain't you.
You're not Stephanie?
Are you Stephanie?
No, you not. Stop lying. You not Stephanie. Listen, man, I don't know who this person is. I done sent you all my motherfucking money. For 3.5 years, I'd have been broke fucking with you. That's why you never FaceTime me. Ain't no damn way you ain't had Wi-Fi, no cellular data to FaceTime me.
Yo.
I don't even know the fuck you are.
I'm Stephanie.
No, the
I'm
fuck
Stephanie.
you are. Shut up.
You said you love me.
Stop talking
All
to
that
me.
money you said.
Hell on somewhere. I don't know you.
Send it back.
Can you back your ass there? Back it the fuck up. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Oh my God. I can't believe this shit
Are you
happened.
telling me you're not interested at all in this?
No. No. You a whole different person.
Yo. Hey. All jokes aside, like I said, this is a serious matter. Although this is a very funny script, just because at the end of the day, bruh, like, people get catfish, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And this is a prime example of what a catfish will be like, bruh. People meet each other for the first time after a long time, and things are not what it seems. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
I don't care about that crime shit. Get the hell on. You want to crime? I spent all that motherfucking money in your I'll go on somewhere. I'm about to go home, watch TV, and eat me a fucking snack. Now, I hope that was able to bring you some type of laughter in a serious situation.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it can get a lot worse. Actually, that's why we're here today for this video. 4 days ago, a man from Indianapolis was arrested in Texas for a murder waiting to be shipped back to Texas. Apparently, he used his 18-year-old girlfriend to lure a young man via social media to assume they was going on a date or at least hook up, only to be shot and killed for nothing. $0. This incident took place earlier this year in January, which we'll later discuss. But while we're here on this topic, I want to shine light on another similar situation that happened 6 months prior, about an hour and a half down the road from the location that we headed to. I figure we shine light on this case and show some love and respect to the victim as well. His name is J. Lyles. Born March 5, 2004, Jabril was the son of 2 loving parents and worked at a Kroger food store in Jefferson, Indiana, where he was from. He was a dedicated worker, and he had a passion for video games and loved spending time with his family and friends. But at just 20 years old, June 4, 2024, between 11 and 11:47 p.m. in Kentucky, he was lured by a young woman named Elisa Shercliffe, who later tried to delete her social media accounts. Now, to be more specific, they was in Shively, Kentucky, in Clifton Place Apartments. Now, apparently, Alicia moved and then came back and texted Jabril out of the blue to link up. And that was the last time his family were here or see from him. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family.
In Shively, police tell WLKY 2 people were charged with murder for the death of Jabril Lyles in June. The 20-year-old was shot at an apartment complex on Clinton Place, it's just off Dixie Highway. He died at the scene. The suspects' names have not been released because they were underage at the time of the crime.
7 months later, Gerald Pryor, 26 years old, was fatally shot in Indianapolis early morning on January 25, 2025. Officers responded to reports of gunshots, found Pryor lying on the ground next to a vehicle. He was transported to a hospital where he later died. May he rest in peace. Beloved condolences to his family. Alexis Hawkins, 19 years old, and her boyfriend, Brian Winston Jr., 18 years old, have been charged with murder in connection with Pryor's death. Now, Winston was Hawkins' boyfriend. The couple were identified as suspects during the initial stage of the investigation, but Hawkins wasn't arrested until February 26, 2025. And to give you a little background on her, apparently she was in and out of programs. One person wrote, "I was in residential with this girl. It was a resource treatment center. I'm not surprised she did this. She never cared about her treatment and never cared about getting better. She tried to fight me because I was having a conversation, but she made a slick comment and I told her to mind her business. In all honesty, she wasn't a good person 3 years ago when I met her, and now she's even worse." Now, her boyfriend, Winston, was arrested April 2nd in Austin, Texas, before being extradited to Indiana. Investigators flagged the couples as suspects while going through Pryor's home, where they found messages he exchanged with Hawkins on Instagram. Now, the victim had messaged Hawkins hours before the killing, asking her about her plans. The nature of their messages indicated that investigators believed that Pryor believed he was going on a date with Hawkins. However, while Hawkins and Pryor were chatting on Instagram, Hawkins was allegedly chatting with Winston, boasting about having scammed several men. The messages led police to believe Pryor was being set up for a robbery. Video evidence, according to the Star, shows Pryor and Hawkins in a car outside a liquor store about an hour before the shooting. It wasn't immediately clear when Winston arrived at the scene, but police had cited that he was allegedly the shooter. Now, Gerald Pryor leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter that he recently celebrated on Facebook prior to losing his life. May he rest in peace.
Sad story, bro. Really is, bro, because these situations really just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? These young kids out here are killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, the youth is taking each other out. You know, and it's all over the world, you feel me? But rest in peace, and, you know, condolences to his family and to his loved ones. Like, this is a crazy situation. It really is, bro.
No justice will ever cure my broken heart. It's not going to ever bring my baby back.
And 2 young suspects are now charged with murder and robbery. That's after a deadly shooting in January on Indy's North Side. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez. Fox 59's Jesse Wells spoke to the victim's parents and explains what police say led to that violence.
According to court records, the murder, which took place right here on this street behind me, stemmed from a date that turned into a robbery. The victim's family hopes both the 19-year-old woman, who's accused of arranging the crime, and her 18-year-old boyfriend, who allegedly committed the shooting, are held accountable for that senseless killing. Jarrell Pryor stayed out of trouble and worked hard raising his daughter Honey until he was set up, ambushed, and shot to death near 49th and Primrose, just north of the state fairgrounds in late January.
I'm broken inside. I'm torn. I'm tore up.
He lost his life for going on a date.
In fact, just a few hours before Tamika and Travis Wiley's son was killed, police believe Pryor messaged this woman, Alexis Hawkins, asking a 3-word question, "When you free?" This affidavit claims that while Hawkins agreed to go on a date with Pryor, she simultaneously began messaging her boyfriend, Brian Winston Jr., arranging to rob the unsuspecting victim.
It was a senseless act, and they didn't get nothing out of it. And they took everything from us. You can't escape this type of pain. You can't. There's no running from it. There's no getting away.
While talking to police, Hawkins allegedly admitted she was at the scene, inside the victim's car at the time of the shooting, but denied taking.
That's crazy. That's listen. You have to be really dark to set somebody up. I don't care. I don't care what you're saying. You're dark. You're dark. You're evil. You're diabolical. You're on demon time. All that stuff. There's no way you're sitting here setting somebody up knowingly that you know they're about to get robbed and then think that nothing bad will come from it. She knew what was happening. Either
Part of
she
the
knew,
violence,
she knew.
For their part, police insist a series of messages between the two suspects ties them to the robbery and murder. Pryor's parents say they celebrated his daughter's 3rd birthday without him just a few weeks ago, and the arrest of the 2 accused killers
That's
does not
crazy.
ease the family's pain.
We know justice will ever cure my broken heart. It's not going to ever bring my baby back.
It really doesn't matter if they spend the rest of their lives in jail. We lost, and we have to deal with this pain every day.
Finally, Hawkins made her initial court hearing last month. Winston has not yet gone to court. Both suspects are being held without bond pending.
And as we head out of here, we do want to say once again, rest in peace to all the victims.
Yo, that's the video, man. Shout out to you if you made it all the way to the end. I will see y'all in the next one. Be sure to leave a like, comment, turn on post notification. Once again, rest in peace to him and his family. Condolence to him. Yeah.
Fuck your questions, I'm a boss. I used to take hella losses, now broke niggas.